Okay, so creating forms, you can do it a bunch of different ways. Let me get rid of these forms that I've been piling up. And let's say I want a form to see my students' table data in. I'm going to click on either the form button. I'm selecting students. I haven't opened it, but I've selected it, so it's orange. And I could click on form. That's one way to do it. Instant. Let me close that. I'm not going to save it. Another way to do it is to click on the students table and click Form Wizard. And then I could say exactly which fields from that table I wanted to have in my form. If I want all the fields, I can send them all over to the right side. If I've made a mistake, I can send them all back. I could send them one at a time and say, yes, I want all of these, but in this particular form, I don't really want the address information. I just want phone number, birthday, gender, credits, quality points, financial aid, campus, and major, and I'm going to leave all that address information out of this form. So you can see that using the right arrow, double right arrow, left arrow, and double left arrow will give you the fields that you want to have on your form when you're using a wizard. And of course this wizard gives you more control than just using the auto form up here. So I'm going to choose next. You also have some control over how it's going to display. This is the preview. Tabular looks like datasheet. You can see that datasheet and tabular are very similar. It's columns and rows. Justified sort of fits all the fields to a sort of rectangular area. Columnar is the most common way to look at records in a, or for fields in a form. I'm going to choose next. Then it gives you an opportunity to name it. I'm going to call this student information, and I'm going to choose finish. So now I have a columnar form with the student information. Now notice that when I chose the wizard, these controls all ended up being different widths. And that you may like that and you may not like that. If you wanted to fix it, you could go to layout view and you could select them holding down the shift key while you've got a whole bunch of them, and then size them together. Actually I guess you'd have to size them individually, so that's not very fun. So what I would do is I would go to design view, and in fact, since I might want to size all of these, let me scroll down a little bit so I have more space in my frame. Since I wanted to have all of these exactly the same width, I would click above, hold my mouse down, and slide down. When I let go, everything that line touched with my mouse is now selected. Then I would go to the Arrange tab and Size, and I would say Fit to the widest. Now they're all exactly identical widths. At this point, I could go to Layout View and I could size them all together. Actually, that's interesting. They're still not in a stack. Okay, well this lets me have the opportunity to talk to you about a stack. Let me go back to Design View. I want to show you that there is something on the Arrange tab that's called Stacked. And that's what may or may not automatically happen when you create a form. When things are stacked, and let me put these in a stack, now I'm going to deselect by clicking out of it. Now when I go to layout view, if I size one, they're all going to size together. So if you don't like that, if you don't want them all to move and size together, you have to take them out of a stack. Let's do the reverse. Let's do a select all of these. And again, the way I did that is I clicked above, held my mouse down, just dragged down until they were selected. Then I go to Arrange and I can say Remove Layout. Once I remove the layout, I can click away, and then back to layout view. You can see that I'm able to size this one all by itself. So if you want things to move and size together, stacked. If you don't, remove layout. And let's continue on with how you can get a form to be created. All of this area is about creating forms. You can start with a blank form, you can go straight to design view, and you can use more forms like a split form where it'll show you one record on the top and data sheet of all the records below.